Hi, Bill Eldred here, owner of Easy Permits. I'm going to show you how you can easily close an open permit. Now, you may have recently decided to sell your home, or you're buying a home or having some work done in your house, and you may have had to have a title search done or a home inspection done, and it revealed that you have an open permit. Well, I'm going to show you how you can close that open permit. You can also always visit our website, which I have posted right here, and when you do, click on the little blue box that says Make Appointment and give us a little bit of information about yourself, and we'll get back with you right away and see if we can offer any assistance to you. The first step in closing an open permit is you need to know which municipality you live in. You can visit your local property appraiser's website, and on that website give them your name or your address, and they'll give you what's called a PCN, or property control number. Some places call it a folio number. But keep in mind, if you're a police officer or a fireman or an elected official or a local government official, that information may not be readily available to you. But you can find it if you look at your warranty deed from when you purchased your home. It should be on that warranty deed. The second step is you need to visit that municipality's website. Now, if they don't have a very good website, you may have to give them a call. But most municipalities, on their website, they'll tell you which permits are open, the status of the permit, whether it's active, inactive, or what you need to have. Now, there's basically 4 different stages of the permit process, and we're going to be discussing these because they're going to be important later on in understanding how we're going to close an open permit. The first stage is the submitted permit. Once a permit is submitted, it generally takes a little while before it goes into plan review. They look it over to make sure the permit's right, that they have everything that they have, everything that they need to have. And if they don't, they may contact yourself or the contractor and say, hey, we need this or we need that. And then after all that, it finally goes into the second stage, which is the plan review. Now, in plan review, a professional in that trade will look at your plans or your drawings and determine whether those plans or drawings will meet the local building code. And if it does, their job is to enforce that building code, and if everything is met and everything is okay, then it becomes approved. But there's 2 things that can stall that, 2 things that can hold it up. The first is maybe the fees haven't been paid. Sometimes they'll put a partial fee or even all the fees prior to doing their plan review. And if you don't pay those fees, they won't do their plan review. Or some of them will do the plan review, but they won't issue the permit until those fees are paid. So that's very important. The second thing that will hold up a plan review is if you don't address the comments by the plan reviewer. Sometimes an engineer will do a drawing and they've got a certain idea in their head, but then when the plan reviewer looks at it, they don't understand what that idea is. And so they just need sometimes simple explanations as to what's going on here. But if you don't do anything, you don't address those comments, the plan review stops. So after the plan review is done and everything's been passed, all the comments been addressed, all the fees have been paid, now you have an open permit. This is also called an active permit or an approved permit. Now, once you have the open permit, 2 other things have to happen. First, you have to have your rough inspections, and all those rough inspections have to pass before you can go on to the next inspection. And once all your rough inspections passed, then you have a final inspection. Your final inspection is what closes out the permit. And that brings us to the 4th stage, which is a closed or a completed permit. We're going to view a voided permit the same way, the same as a closed permit. Simple reason, a voided permit is where the contractor pulled a permit to do some work, but then never did the work. Maybe you decided to not do the job. And so the contractor then voids the permit, and it's like the permit never happened. And the last step, this is the important one, is the expired permit, also called an inactive permit. Or some expired permits, they still show them as an approved permit, but they just have to be, permit has to be renewed. So that's what brings us to closing an open permit that may be expired. Now, if it's not expired, it's still a good permit. You can simply call your contractor and say, hey, this permit, we're getting ready to sell a house or whatever, we need to have this permit closed out, and the contractor can get the inspection done, get the proper inspections done, and close the permit out, usually within a few days. So now I'm going to tell you something that you may not want to hear. And that is that the homeowner is responsible for all permits, and this includes all fees, all costs, all plan reviews, all of the inspections, and everything needed to close out the permit. Now that being said, most responsible contractors will do all that for you. But if you're watching this video and you have an open permit, chances are not all of that has happened. So that puts you in a position where you now have to close an open. So now that you know you have an open permit, there's a few steps that you can take to get that open permit closed out. Of course, the best case scenario is the permit hasn't expired yet. Just simply call the contractor and they'll handle it. They'll get the inspections done, get the permit closed out, pay any fees that might be due. Worst case scenario is you get a contractor that's uncooperative, doesn't want to do anything, and that unfortunately does happen. Or the contractor has gone out of business, or the work was done before you even purchased the property and you don't even know who the contractor is. However, sometimes the municipality can tell you who the contractor is and give you their phone number. But if they've gone out of business, well then it puts you in a position where you have to do something different. Brings us to our second step. If that's the case, you need to call your municipality. Now, the best case scenario is the municipality simply does a courtesy inspection. Somebody comes out, looks at the project, sees that it was done correctly, and they simply close the permit out. That's the best that you can expect to happen. From there, we're going to look at the worst case scenario, the worst thing that can happen. The municipality may ask you to do a change of contractor if you don't know who the contractor is or the contractor is uncooperative. In which case, you have to find a contractor that'll take responsibility for the job, pay a change of contractor fee, fill out a change of contractor form, pay a renewal fee, and then the contractor that you hired, they may want to do an inspection of their own just to make sure the work was done according to the building code. Now, you can do an owner-builder. Some municipalities will allow you to do an owner-builder, which will save you a little bit of time and a little bit of money. However, there's some jobs where you cannot do an owner-builder. One of those would be if it's in a condominium. In the state of Florida, if it's a condominium, you cannot do an owner-builder. It could be air conditioning work. Again, in the state of Florida, you're not allowed to do an owner-builder when it comes to air conditioning. So if it's come to that point, work real closely with your municipality. They want to see those permits closed out as much as you do, because too many open permits in an area actually makes for a very dangerous situation. Let me give you an example. Suppose you have a contractor that's maybe an AC contractor that just doesn't like to pull permits, and they install 10 air conditioning units in a certain municipality, and they use the wrong anchors. They don't anchor it properly. A storm comes along, blows those air conditioners into your neighbor's yard, and you have several things that happen. You have coolant that goes into the ozone area, and of course the worst thing is you've got a 200-pound piece of equipment going into who knows where. So it makes it very, very important for the safety of your community that all permits are closed out, and your municipality knows that, and so they'll work very, very closely with you and show you step by step what you have to do to close that permit out. So work with your municipalities, and if it comes to the point we have to do a change of contractor, find a contractor that will do the job for you. If you're having a hard time finding a contractor, of course you can call us or visit our website. We have builders, we have electricians, plumbers, mechanical contractors, engineers, all standing by ready to help you. And we want to give you a fair, efficient price and get the work done quickly. So if you're having issues, give us a call. Otherwise, call your local contractor and get your open permit closed out. Any questions, please visit our website. Send in comments. I'm Bill Eldred from Easy Permits, and thank you for watching my video.